Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. We've talked about all offseason since the clock hit zero in the Music City Bowl. We've talked about this staff continuity, keeping this coaching staff together, and just how important that is. Well, we have the first turnover. We're going to have a good old-fashioned coaching search as Tennessee wide receiver coach Kodi Burns is off to the NFL. We'll take a look at what that means. We'll get into it, but as always, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, it helps the channel. If you would so kindly just press that thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts, we're not insiders. We are fans just like you. If you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. I just dropped a video earlier today breaking down the quarterback position as we are 1 month away from spring practice. That's going to be something I continue to do over the coming weeks. Going to break down each position group as we lead into spring practice. And then also a reminder, Dauber and the Indy Kid will be live tomorrow immediately following the basketball game, so make sure you tune in for that. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Article from 24/7 Sports. You see it there. Tennessee wide receiver coach Kodi Burns accepts same role with New Orleans Saints per report. And I don't know that I ever really fault a guy if he wants to go to the NFL, if it's about money. I don't know what his reasoning is for leaving Tennessee. He just finished up 7 seasons being in the SEC as an assistant coach, just 1 year under Josh Heupel. So what does this mean for this coaching staff moving forward? Again, like I said, we're going to have a good old-fashioned coaching search. I guess I'm to blame for this. I dropped the video this morning talking about how there's not been a whole lot of news. There's not a lot going on. It's kind of calm and peaceful on Rocky Top. And here we are in the midst of a coaching search. Let's go down and take a look at the article. It says Tennessee wide receivers coach Kodi Burns accepted the same position with the New Orleans Saints. According to Pete Thamel, Burns, 33, concluded his first season under first-year head coach Josh Heupel after spending the previous 5 seasons at Auburn. Says here Burns will work under Dennis Allen, who replaces the retired Sean Payton. It goes on. The article kind of goes on here and talks about the Saints and what they're bringing in, what the Saints are doing. So don't really care much about that as far as what this means for Tennessee. At this point, it's early. This news just broke. I don't really know what direction Josh Heupel will go. But when we look at the wide receiver room, we look at the production in 2021, what Cedric Tillman was able to do. We've talked it over and over and over, but it's worth noting here as we're talking about his position coach leaving. Cedric Tillman, 3 years leading up to Josh Heupel arriving, had 8 catches in his career. Then we saw what he did in 2021, 1,000 yards receiving, first VAWL wide receiver to do that since I think it was 2012, something ridiculous. But we've seen what Cedric Tillman was able to do. We've seen what VAWLS Jones did, what Javonte Payton did coming in as a transfer. We saw this offense thrive. Now, when there were rumors out there about Alex Golesh going to Miami, one of the talking points we went back and forth on in the comment section was, whose offense is this? This is Josh Heupel's offense. And it's the same thing with Kodi Burns as it was with Alex Golesh. I have full confidence in Josh Heupel and what he does with this offense. Now, it's no different than talking about Hendon Hooker having a full year in this system and just how important that is. It's the same for coaches. So I don't like turnover is not a good thing, but I think we're going to be okay. We will continue to follow it. We'll see how this plays out over the coming weeks. Like I said, the news just broke, so we don't really have a hot board. We don't really have any news as far as directions that Josh Heupel will go. If you have any idea, drop that in the comment section below. What direction do you think Tennessee goes? Who does Josh Heupel look to replace Kodi Burns? But again, as we move forward into spring practice, as we move forward into 2022, expectations are high. You go back and you look at 2021. You had people going into the season talking about how Tennessee was only going to win 3 games. And the disrespect. I felt like this football team had some talent. Then we saw what Josh Heupel was able to do with it last season. I feel like they have even more talent this year. Yes, they still have some holes. We'll see how that plays out as they have, as of now, 5 spots. They're going to be able to add transfers after we get through the spring semester. But the expectations are high. Josh Heupel, this coaching staff, they overperformed in 2021. I think people expect more in 2022. What does that necessarily mean when you look at the schedule? I saw one writer put out way too early predictions, had Tennessee sitting second in the SEC East behind only Georgia. Now, when you look at the rest of the SEC East, who else is there? You can talk about Kentucky. Tennessee beat Kentucky this past season. South Carolina getting a lot of hype, a lot of buzz, a lot of momentum. Tennessee took them behind the woodshed and absolutely beat down South Carolina. Continue to get better. Continue to improve. I've said it time and time again. My prediction, my way too early prediction, is 8 wins. But I can see this football team. They have the capability to win 10. But again, Kodi Burns on the way out the door, heading back to the NFL. I don't think this is a good thing. It's not a positive thing. But at the same time, I don't think it is necessarily going to hurt Tennessee. I'm just curious to see what direction they go. I think that they could possibly upgrade when it comes to wide receiver. And that's not a knock on Kodi Burns. You know, I appreciate what he did at Tennessee, but I think Josh Heupel has the possibility to go out and make a good hire. Go back to what Velus Jones said, the quote I drop all the time when talking about this Josh Heupel offense. Velus Jones Jr. said, what wide receiver wouldn't want to play in this offense? So then when you look at the guys that are coming in, you look at the wide receiver room, and I've not done the preview video on that. That'll be coming soon, probably the next 2022 spring preview I'm going to do is the wide receiver room. There is talent in that wide receiver room. Young talent. Jalen Hyatt. You know, obviously Cedric Tillman, but Jalen Hyatt, Jimmy Callaway, Jimmy Holiday, the incoming freshman, Squirrel White, Cam Miller. There is talent in that wide receiver room. What guy, what coach wouldn't want to come to Tennessee and make a name for himself with a wide receiver room that has a ton of talent and a returning quarterback that is going to be in the mix? He may not be a top Heisman candidate, but he is a dark horse. Hendon Hooker is going to have an opportunity to go out and put up some PlayStation-type numbers in 2022 under Josh Heupel. What wide receiver coach doesn't want an opportunity to come to the SEC, to come to Rocky Top, and prove themselves with the talent that this football team has? Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Kodi Burns on the way out the door. Will Tennessee be able to upgrade? Do you think this impacts anything as far as chemistry? That's something we've seen with this coaching staff throughout the last 12, 13 months, is their chemistry, the way they work together compared to the previous staff. But that is going to wrap it up for this one. If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. Also, you can check out the official merchandise of the Talkin VAWLS Network. Just go to bonfire.com/store/TalkinVAWLS. Any and all support, greatly appreciated. Thank you guys. You always show up. You show out. I mean, we're in the middle of February, the end of February, and you guys are still showing up to watch football videos. You guys are diehard. You're passionate. You guys make this channel what it is. But again, bonfire.com/store/TalkinVAWLS. Don't forget to join Indy Kid and Dauber tomorrow, immediately following the basketball game. I'll be live on Thursday night, 6:15 p.m. Eastern Time, playing a little NCAA 2013 Dynasty, having a lot of fun with you guys on that. But also, it's an opportunity for us to get together, sit down, and talk Tennessee football, and we can do that. We can talk about this Kodi Burns decision. We can talk about the coaching search as we move forward. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.